Alright, hold that. So the camera right here, okay?
Okay.
This is how we fix these taillights. Watch the camera. See how I'm heating the knife right here? Just follow my hands with the camera, okay? Okay. Up here. Follow my hands.
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16, 17, 18, 19.
These are 2016 GMC Yukon taillight fix repair, where the LED's not working for the taillights. We'll post this to everybody on YouTube so nobody has to spend $500 a taillight.
Okay.
This is how you fix them. Follow my hands. You have to go in there and fix the LED lights that burnt out. Not necessarily burnt out, but the circuit board burnt. Alright, let me see the camera. You go around with a knife and a torch, and you cut that whole seal around your outside of your taillight to access it. This is the only way to get in there. We'll be re-siliconing and gluing these back together. When we're done, we'll clean it up. But this is going to save you $500 a taillight because they're LEDs. You can't just change a bulb. Alright, here you go. Move your hand down. You just follow the camera with my hands, okay?
Okay.
Now we've got it that far open. You melt it all the way around. Let it open all the way up there. Up on the top. We're getting to this corner right here where's the hard spot. Right here. This is the hard spot. Make sure you melt these corners real good before you start continuing on down this line. Get your finger in there, put your thumb or whatever in there. Start heating your knife. You don't want to pull too far down inside there, but at this moment there's nothing in there that you're really going to be able to damage by doing this. Run your knife down that line, the back side. You can hear it starting to crack. Don't worry about the meltage on that side. You just don't want to make it ugly out here, okay? Keep heating your knife. that's good and hot. Obviously keep the heat towards the end so you're not burning your hands.
And it's kind of stinky there.
And it's very stinky, so definitely do this outside.
Oh, it's smoky. That's how the way you fix more stuff.
Oh, you fix the LED tail lights.
Yep, again.
On most GM products, actually. I don't know, mine's a 2016, but I wasn't gonna pay $600 to $500 per tail light. And both of mine were bad. Sometimes they'd work, sometimes they wouldn't.
Tell me when to go closer to you. And then I'll come close.
Just go where my hands go. Now we're gonna start working right here.
Even in the snow, you have to do this too.
Yeah, it's harder out here because it's cold. It's winter in Minnesota. It's freezing out here. So you don't want to do this in your house.
Yeah, then it'll get smoky and
Very stinky and not good.
yeah. Then you had to open the doors and stuff and then get the smoke out.
Yeah. You're focusing right here.
Yep.
Right here. This finger with the camera. This line is the hard line right here.
Yep.
That one's hard to get to. But once you start on the other side, it works a lot better. So leave this side for last. All we're doing is cutting that glue all the way around this lens. It's the only way to access the LEDs on this side.
Yep.
Are you focusing the camera where my hands are? These are all your LEDs right here on the back side of the plastic. You don't want to get into that structure at all, or none of this is going to work for you.
And sometimes it might get fire on it and then you have to blow it.
Yep, you got to blow it out.
Right now he's following the knife and
Cutting the glue.
yeah. And then he might want to buy some more glue if he has no
We're going to
glue.
use a silicone
Yeah.
and RTV to go back together, but we have to clean up that surface once we get to the problem, and we'll show everybody what the problem is once we get in there,
Yep.
why the LEDs stop working.
And we had to put jackets and boots on to get out here. And my feet are really freezing right now. The tip of them. Really the tip of it. Of the skin.
And there we go.
So we go
We cut
breaking
through
into
that back line, something holding right there yet.
oh. And my dad is a great worker of fixing stuff, so if you're a great worker of stuff,
there we
then
go.
maybe you can try to just
So the
do this.
camera where the light has now just separated from the lens. We burnt it all the way around this edge to get this lens off. It's the only way that's going to come off. It's glued on, and we're going to have to glue it back on when we're done.
Yeah. With some
We're
glue.
going to have to pause the video for now because I will show you what's wrong inside underneath we take all this off. Now that we have the lens off, there's the lens that we just cut off with a knife and a torch. that is going to get resealed back on. We have to get this structure out inside now to get to the LEDs. So I can show you where they break. And right here, you need to remove all these Torx. One there, there, and there. And that allows this outer piece to come off so you can start removing the inner pieces to get to the LED. For these, this is a T20 bit, a Torx bit, star. I use a gun, you can use whatever. But go ahead and remove that one, that one, that one. Skip that one, that's not there, there, and there. And then we'll start getting our way into the inner pieces. Now those Torx are removed. If I didn't miss one. This top lens should just come right off now. Put that over with the outer lens. Now we need to remove this part of the lens with these Torx. This is a smaller Torx. I believe that is T15. Well, that's smaller than T15, so those must be the 10s. I can't read that one. Anyways, it's a smaller size. It's probably a T10. Move that one, that one, that one, and that one. There is those ones for there, 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 there. Set those off to the side. Don't lose them. You're going to need them. Now this inner piece will come off, and I can show you exactly where and why your taillights stop working. Let's see if I can get in there. Good lighting, probably not. If you look real close right there, you can see that is broken. It is no longer making a connection. Right here. Where is my knife? There's my knife. That is broken from here. Without that connection right there, you don't make a circuit throughout the entire process. In your brake light, tail light, turn lights, none of that's going to work. And they like to break right here and also right here. That one's already getting hot. You can kind of see it's cracking. So what we're going to do is solder a piece of strong wire across from here down to here to re-support that on both sides. And your taillight's going to start working again. And it's going to be a reassemble process. But we have more to show you, so hold on. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a random piece of wire, a solid wire, very thin. I'm just using this for structural support because obviously where you can see the crack right there on the circuit board, it gets hot and warped. And what we're going to do is solder this strip of wire directly across that terminal right there on both sides. We're going to do it here and here, because you can see that one hasn't broke yet, but it's gotten hot, it's starting to crack. And this is why your LEDs don't work, because it can't make that connection throughout the entire circuit. So now, here's that wire soldered across that terminal. I know it's kind of ugly, but I don't care because it's saving me $500. I'm just using this little torch soldering iron with flux core solder, and you can go ahead, snip your chunk off, Leave yourself insulation when you do this because this wire is going to get hot. You're going to need to hold it. So just go ahead and get in there. Snip that off. Be careful to pay attention to your terminals here. This is one side of the LED. There's the other. All you're doing is structuring this bridge right here. You gotta do it here. Go down the line. And you're gonna do it here. These are the two spots that they break. When they crack in half, sometimes you get taillights, sometimes you don't, depending on the weather and where you live. But in Minnesota, it's a big problem. So we got hot, cold, heating, contraction. It wreaks havoc on certain things. So go ahead and do the same thing right here on this side of your taillight now with that wire. So here's one side with that wire soldered into it, just making a little bridge. That's all you're doing, just making that thicker for heating and contraction. This one's uglier, but whatever, same thing. Paying attention so you're not jumping over all these little connections. I wish my phone would focus better. And right there is going to fix your problem. This is why your brake lights and your turn signal, tail lights, all that crap don't work. Fortunately, you have to cut your lens off. It sucks, but it's what you got to do. So you can go ahead and reattach that and this other piece. And then what we're going to use is this Permatech Tex or whatever, black adhesive sealant. You're going to want to probably use black because everything you're going to be gluing to is black. And then you're going to want to let it sit for 24 hours and plug it in. You're going to have taillights again. I've just done both. The other one's way over there, drying. But right here saves you about $1,000 because you can't just change the bulb. These are LEDs. It's not the way that works. LEDs are beautiful. There's also downfalls because obviously the GM didn't design that very well. Right here and right here. Otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. I've taken these completely all the way apart and I have not ran into any other problems with the LEDs. For some reason it's these outer edges every damn time. Right here. So what we're gonna do next is, now that we cut through all this, this looks like hell. It's bad. It sucks. Like I said, this is the only way to do it. We're gonna clean up this side a little bit. All the way around, down, all the way over here. Same thing, all the way around. Down this back side, we're going to clean all this up. And what I use is a drill with a nice little carbide bit on there. I'm sure you can use some sort of a sander or whatever you got, a Dremel, doesn't matter. As long as you clean that up, because we're going to have to re-glue that lens back onto here. You got to have that clean. You're going to want clean surfaces. But give me a minute, I'll clean this up and show you what's up. Okay, so now we've got that all cleaned up. Around the edge, you don't have to get super perfect because you melted through it. You're going to lose a gap. That's why I use silicone. But same thing. Just went around the edge with my carbide bit drill. Just cleaned it up a little bit. Now we can go ahead, reassemble that piece and then this piece, and then we're gonna run a bead of silicone all the way around. You can use this side or that side. This side's probably better to use. Can you hold on?
Yeah.
And then excuse my daughter. Even though she's going to be YouTube famous because nobody else can fix these taillights but me. Just kidding. I'm sure somebody else has already done this. If you're smart and mechanical and you know something about electricity and LEDs, you've probably already done this. But for the rest of you that want to save $500 to $1,000, if they're both bad, this is what you got to do. And I prefer to save $1,000. So, all right, we'll get that locked in and then run a bead of silicone, stick together, and I'll show you what it's like. All right, like I said, this is a 2016 Yukon. This is my whip. Yeah, my taillights are out. They didn't work. Here it is. The lens not glued on yet. I got the rest of the pieces back together. Just want to show you. Here. Wouldn't plug that back, glue it back in. And we should have, oh, look at that. There's running light. I don't know why it's blinking on my phone. It doesn't blink on the camera. And the blinker's working. I don't know why it's blinking, but it's not. It blinks for the camera, but it's not blinking here. It must be the way the camera operates with that shit. That's weird. That's super weird. Okay, but anyways, so your next step is going to be to go ahead and glue your lens back on. Okay, use your silicone. This is what I've been using. Works great. Go ahead and run yourself a bead, nice thick bead on that side and that side. Don't worry about that right now in the bottom side, but on both sides, run a nice, my camera is not working, nice bead of silicone.
And you maybe won't see it.
Here, why don't you hold the camera? So people can see. Watch my hands. Okay, we got our lens. We're gonna go ahead, drop that right down in place. Trying to stay equal. The silicone is hit on both sides now. Camera, please. Now all we have to do is go around and fill this little gap from the outside, pushing the silicone into that groove. Same thing with the top, right there. And you're gonna have a perfectly working taillight. And basically, there you go. We're keeping all the ugly seam on the inside where nothing is gonna be seen. And you'll see that maybe with your hatch open. But yeah, that's how you save $1,000. 2016 GMC Yukon taillights, and I'm sure these are the same taillights for the Chevys and everything else. I mean, it's the same concept, so I'm sure it's more than just the Yukons. There you go, folks. I don't know why, but this is super weird. On the camera, they blink. Cheyenne, come here, look. See them blinking on the camera?
Yeah.
But are they blinking in real life?
No.
That's so weird. I don't know, folks, but either way, your lights will not blink like that afterwards. There's one, and here's the other.
Let me see the other.
It does the same thing. I don't know why. But it's not blinking.
I know.
Must be the photos are captured. I don't know. That's beyond me. I'm a mechanic, so there you go, folks.
This only costs
$40.
$40. $5.
And we fixed it, huh?
Yep.
Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
See you later. Bye.